I'm preparing to study a book of the Old Testament, and it's one that I've read a couple of times, but I'm challenging myself this new year to really dig more deeply into each book that I'm reading. So I'm planning on reading it over the course of 10 weeks with some friends at a Bible study. And we have chosen the book of Esther. So in the book of Esther, as I was reading it and laying the foundation by looking at the background of the book, I created a quick frame out of white cardstock, and then I created some strips of paper that tell me the theme that I see throughout the book. So the themes are that God is faithful, and also showing the providence of God. Fun fact, Esther does not mention God directly, but shows that he is at work. And the third theme is reversal. God is a God of reversals. So I found these themes through a study I've been doing, as well as through a study book, a study Bible that I'm using. And then there are ways that the book of Esther points to Jesus. So I'm pulling those out. It points to a need for a better deliverer. The book points to a need for a better kingdom, and the points to the need for a better king. So I've put those on strips of paper, flipped my frame upside down, and posted those here so that I can weave these themes and the points that are pointing back to Jesus together in a literal way. That way it helps me kind of see these themes all working together. And when I end up kind of creating this grid on the front side, I will have a hands-on way to see that God is at work throughout the entire book of Esther. It's one of those resources that I'm going to continue to reference as I'm reading the book and go, aha, I can touch this line right here and see that it is pointing to the need for a better kingdom, and I can get that. So I tape these around and weave these pieces together to kind of make the whole piece a little more secure, because it's going to be a study tool that I'm going to tuck into a gallon Ziploc bag, maybe in my Bible book or Bible bag, so that I can have it with me when I'm studying and just pull it out and visually see things come together. So I'm going to flip it over and write the book of Esther, and then I wrote a summary of the whole book of Esther, kind of forcing myself to summarize it in a couple of sentences. And I'm going to write that at the top. Next, I am creating 6 little ovals or circles that will be like game pieces, and it will have the 6 main characters for the book. So I'm doing that with Queen Vashti. Underneath I write queen, and then in parentheses I wrote former queen. And around the edge of this whole frame here, I'm going to make 9 or 10 different chapters. So I've created a little box and a small space to create a summary of each of the 10 chapters. So I'm walking through that, even using my study Bible to look at some of the headings and placing those in. In the end, this will be a bit like a board game. I'll take all these pieces and move them around the board as I retell the story of Esther in my own words based on study and time in the Word, so that I can have a better understanding of the book of Esther from beginning to end. Maybe this hands-on craft will resonate with you.